I wanted to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dan Golvach, that has experienced a tragedy because the U.S. government has let him down, let his son down, let his family down by not protecting our borders and by not protecting the citizens from criminal illegal aliens that cross those borders. I'm going to let Dan share with you what has happened in his family and the tragic events that occurred about 6 months ago.
It was back on January 31st of this year. My son had taken a night off. He was working 2 jobs. He owned the guitar shop, and music retail being what it is, he had to take on another job, one of those jobs that Americans don't want, to keep the doors open. So he was working 2 jobs and really going at it.
And he's how old, 25?
He was 25.
25 years old.
And he decides to take his girlfriend out for her birthday. It's on a Friday night. And then after midnight, he drops her off. And on his way home in the neighborhood that you and I grew up in, at right there at Del Mar Stadium at 18th and Mangum, he was sitting at a red light, and an illegal alien pulled up next to him and drew his gun and randomly blew my son's brains out.
He was sitting at a red light, waiting for the light to change green, just tending to his own business. And not bothering anybody, just in his car with his girlfriend, and this illegal alien pulled up next to him, pulled out a gun, shot him in the head, and killed him instantly.
Yes.
What has this done to your family?
Well, I hear a lot, people say things like, I can only imagine, or I can't imagine. And you really do have to experience this to completely understand it, but I would say that if you have children, it's everything you would imagine and then some. It's not a place you want to come to. It's a place of despair. It's a very dark place. My son's mother spent Mother's Day this year sitting in his grave reading her children's books. He was her only child. Mm-hmm. And it's the pain and the anger just does not seem to exhaust itself.
And you too are a musician.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I own a recording studio, and that's the thing that Spencer and I had in common. We both were professional musicians and played professionally. He ran a music store, I ran a recording studio, and we were very tight.
And Spencer not only had a successful small business, but he also had employees.
He did. There was 9 employees altogether.
So he created not only a job for himself, he created jobs for others.
Yes.
And so this illegal alien who was not here legally, I guess that's redundant in saying that, but he not only destroyed a young man, his life, a family, but he dramatically negatively affected so many other lives around him and killed a talent.
I think it's worth mentioning that he had been deported 4 times. This dates back to 2001. He had a violent rap sheet that included burglaries and assaults. He did 5 years in a federal prison, was released in 2010 by Obama, was deported, and then he turned right around and moseyed right on up to the sanctuary city of Houston, Texas, where he knew he could operate. And that's, we know what he was up to an extent, because the gun that he used to kill my son was traced back to a burglary in Stafford 2 months prior to that. Mm-hmm. And so, that's he felt comfortable and safe coming back to Houston. And he killed another guy that night. He killed another young guy named Juan Garcia. And then he went on to shoot another couple. And then he was pursued by a sheriff's deputy, and they exchanged fire, and he was killed.
As well he should be.
Yes, I'm very thankful that I don't have to sit through a trial.
I'm very thankful for that as well.
I couldn't imagine. Just couldn't imagine.
Well, I truly appreciate your sharing your story today. As a mother, as a grandmother, I know you've heard this by so many. It's impossible to really imagine the loss, the tragedy, the hell that as a father that you're having to go through. But thank you for sharing that with us. And I want you to know that I am committing to you, regardless of what it takes. I'm going to do everything within my power at the state level. I'm at the state level, I'm not at the federal level, but I'm going to do everything within my power to continue to eliminate the sanctuary city status. We put over $800 million into border security. The state of Texas did that last session. And I'm going to fight to do everything within my power to stop the illegal aliens coming across the border and killing and harming and doing damage to our citizens. But you're extraordinarily brave, and I really do thank you.
Oh, thanks a lot. It's you can't candy coat this.
No, you can't. Can't candy coat it, can't sugarcoat it.
It is, as I said, it's a place of despair. That's really what it is, because I loved him more than life.